Aquarius, what I'm hearing for you, this is not the time to make a foolish move. And a lot of you are already aware of it. But it has a bigger meaning and a double meaning at this reading for you. Let's take a deep dive in and look at the sun, moon, rising sign of Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is heavy in your chart. This reading is all about you. And it is about you making a decision that is right for you. And some of you, it has everything to do with taking a leap of faith. This is the card that came out for you, is the Fool card. Now, if you are on my ascendingsoulsjourney.com, my membership on my website is now on Substack. I am talking about each card, the positive, the negative, meaning each week I talk about one card, I pull it for you, and we discuss it so you can start using these in your own life in a way that makes sense for you. Pull a card as we go along. Aquarius, you have been through one hell of a rough journey. That's all I'm going to say. You've been through a journey that other people think they've been through, but in reality, they couldn't even touch or compare to the negativity that you have experienced. And this is not going to be for all Aquarians, but it is for the majority of the Aquarians that are watching this. Aquarius, you were meant to come in and be a humanitarian, but yet you've been put into this category of not fitting in. You're going to set somebody straight. Somebody is going to walk up to you over the next month, probably in the month of April. This could be somebody that comes in right at the end of Mercury in retrograde, the end of March, as I'm recording this video, but you are setting this individual straight. That is not who I am. That is your version of who you thought I was back then. I wasn't even that person back then. This is who I am. And if they don't like it, they're going to hit the road. Now, the beauty of what I see coming in for the Aquariuses who are dealing with this type of situation or watching it happen, where you feel you need to verbally speak up, because it is standing up for what is fair and just, and that's part of who you are. But there's this part of you that is going to, you're not going to do it the way you used to. This isn't speaking from no emotions. This isn't a conversation or a topic that has no empathy with you. It has absolute empathy, and it is 100% attached to you. When you speak, it will not be cold. It will be warm. It will be real. It will be authentic. And that's the difference. That's going to make the difference in this situation, where I feel this being the fool and saying the wrong thing could wind up reversing on you. But knowing exactly how to say it, because you do. You already do. But the thing with us, and I'm a fellow Aquarian, we oftentimes can be very and we don't think about what we're saying and put it out there, and it hurts somebody, and it's like, that's not what I meant at all. So the misunderstanding of what was in the past, I feel, is gone, especially if you know this individual. Now, it may not be a specific person that you've dealt with, but a familiar type of scenario where you're just saying, no, this is the way it's going to be. It's because in your mind, you know, this is the way it was. I hope that makes sense. Please let me know if that's what you're dealing with, where you're changing because your personal value has grown. You're changing, and it's going to show. It's going to show in the material gain. It's going to show in the financial gain. It's going to show in the pentacles. And pentacles is everything on the material plane. Relationships, love, romance, joy, abundance. It's everything. So this is very beautiful energy. Now, you also have the Chariot card, which is about moving forward. So taking a leap of faith and moving in a forward direction, that's where it really meets. What I'm talking about is your inner divine masculine, your inner divine feminine are finally coming together after months, after years of going through these repetitive cycles that no longer work for you. You would rather be alone on the backside of a desert island and never see another person than to go back into that. I get it. I get it. A lot of people, regardless of the zodiac sign, is going through that. But you're not going to be a fool. You're going to do the research before you move forward. This is a beautiful time, especially if you are in the agriculture, looking for real estate, large pieces of land. And I'm not seeing subdivision. I'm not seeing it broke down into little houses, although construction has been coming up quite a bit in my readings. Not in this one. This is the owner of the land. You may be looking to buy and invest in real estate. Make sure you do diligence before you purchase that land. Find out what you're going to be able to break it down if you actually can. All right. But it is going to be exhausting. Those of you who've been going through this fatigue energy, the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is a card that is really heavy, taking on the burden of other people, taking on the idea of closing out all of the things in our old life. And that means we have to close off old debt. We have to close any door that is open, any window that is open. We have to turn off the lights, turn off the air conditioners, turn everything off, and it is done. And then we're officially in this. This is the bridge right now. You're on the bridge, Aquarius, where you are closing up and literally creating this energetic vibration of washing your hands of every experience. So there is no more buttons to be pushed, no more triggers to be touched as you go forward, because that is the turning point. You say so. You decided, I know my value. I know how much I charge. I know what I do for a living. I know my living, what I do for a living, is not my identity. That is the role that I am acting toward others. That's your role in society, but that isn't who you are. There's a distinguishing difference in the way that you see yourself now versus then, and it was exhausting. No doubt about it. People everywhere are exhausted. And if I didn't mention, I think I did, I'm putting together a video that will air Wednesday or Thursday about why so many souls are tired right now. I hope you join. All right, Aquarius, whatever you're dealing with on the flip side, I feel, or whoever you're dealing with, I'm going to pull 2 cards. This is a little different reading, and the readings are not going to be necessarily the same from here forward. I, too, have to do things different. You're dealing with somebody, the Tower card and the Strength card. And you can already see how this side coincides with this side, the Tower. Whether they were trying to tear you down or you were trying to tear them down, the people, the situations, everything you went through was for this reason today. Because as they stand in front of you, their life may be falling apart. And this may very well have been somebody who hurt you knowingly, unknowingly. There was some type of a dispute between the two of you. Mostly words is what I'm seeing in a vision, just 2 people talking, not being on the same page. But the destruction of the dynamics between you and them, they are changing for them, not only you. You're changing, it changes them. It's just the way it works. And as they change, it brings in different people. It rotates. It moves things. So either they're going to go back into a repetitive cycle or not. They're trying to find the strength and the courage to not only dismantle what took place before, but to, they want to say they're sorry. I'm going to pull another card. They want to say they're sorry. Maybe they let you go. Maybe they messed up and they invested your money wrong. Maybe they did something that hurt you in a romantic relationship, that put you in the 2 of Swords energy, but they themselves had to go through this, right? We're talking about whoever, whatever the experience is. 2 of Swords is a stagnant energy. A lot of us are in that energy right now, feeling fatigued, the 9 of Wands, and this. Which direction do I go? How do I say I'm sorry? How do I do this when I knew I was lying, when I knew I was creating a stigma that had to do with Aquarius that they knew would actually defame or default your reputation? Let us know if that's you. That is similar, but it is a little bit different because they defamed you. This has to do with humiliation and maybe bullying. And seeing what other people, I feel they were part of a group, and that group is the way that they saw you, and they followed the group. You're not the same person. Okay, Aquarius, you are a very different individual now than you were 2 years ago, and you will never be that person again. You went through way too much to ever give up what you have gained, even if that means you'll be alone, but most of you won't. You will find the right group of people, the right partner, the right business partner, the right project partner. You're going to find everything you need. And here's the overall card. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. When you are connected, interconnection, and your interconnection to the universe is connected as well. Your cards will follow you. You don't have to read them. They follow you. You're so connected that you are going to move people into tears. Some of you are talking and telling a story that is going to make other people cry, but yet celebrate at the same time. This is like that salt and pepper of life, where one side is like this and the other side's like this, but when you mix them together, it's like, wow, that's the Fool. You're blending, you're mixing, you've taken this, you've taken that, and you put it all together. And now you're putting it into a position that is not only going to make you happy, but you're going to share the story, and you're going to help lots of people do whatever this is. And it will be in your technique, whichever way you are accustomed to doing. Some of you, this will be teaching. And I am seeing a teacher standing in front of a classroom. This isn't online. This is an in-person teaching scenario. A teaching individual. That's what a teaching individual. Okay, a teacher. But this is a person who, my eyes are leaking. I'm not crying, but they're really watery from allergies. You were forced to make changes you didn't want to make. You liked what was actually happening in your life, but there was too many outsiders that came in interfering in this situation. But you see, it kind of pushed you into the fire of life, the excitement that was dull, that was boring. And I think a lot of people do evil things because they're freaking bored. Like the little kid who has nothing to do, the one that has ADD, that's like, da, 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 and they smack you because they have nothing to do. So they create the movement, they create the drama so that they can participate in it. That's what I feel people are backing away from that in this group. You don't want that drama. You don't want to be around those people. And Aquarius, this is right for you. I think this is a beautiful ending point because the messages here are very clear. And if you paid attention to the last messages that I gave, Aquarius is moving into the Ace of Pentacles. You're moving into a position, and that was the first card that came out, and I said, no, I can't do the same reading again. But this is the background to allow those pentacles to drop back into your life. And you are going to make it happen. Over the next 2 months, you are completely exposing yourself, taking that leap of faith. You're opening your website, business, starting the community, getting into a new relationship. And some of you are reviving something that ended a long time ago. And it's a very different status today than it was back then. I look forward to your comments. Aquarius, let me know how this resonates with you or people around you. Much love.